This is KUGAN CASSIUS for IFL TV and Associates. Were you going to say something, John?
You've lost a lot of weight, you have, KUGAN. Looking really trim, mate.
Do you think?
Looks great.
I mean, you're obviously a great person to give your expert
I'm watching
opinion.
all the time, and I know when you make mistakes what happens.
All
Looking
right.
good.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
Appreciate it. Sam Eggington. Well, you thanked Frankie Gavin for vacating his Commonwealth title, but, you know, deserved a shot even though he's fighting for the world title, so another step up in your career.
Yeah, another step up, 12 rounder, first major title, so sooner the better. I've been asking for it for months anyway, It's just that Frankie's had it, so nothing's happened, so luckily enough he chose to vacate.
Obviously we listened to Joseph Lamptey in the press conference via a translator, but you could see that he was quite up for it by the way he was sort of, I couldn't understand what he was saying.
He's just predicted a 2-round knockout on an interview.
Did he?
Knocked me out in 2 rounds.
Okay.
So.
Well.
Yeah, we're pleased with
confidence.
that. We like them when they come to fight.
Yeah, you love a fight, so.
So it is, isn't it?
But no, he looked really up for it. I don't know what, like, obviously if the translation I'm assuming was, 80% accurate or 90% accurate.
He
but
might have said something worse.
He might have done.
He sounded very angry and very high rate, so we'll see.
Where would you put Lamptey amongst opponents you've already faced so far?
I've never watched him, so I couldn't tell you what he
John?
He's not as skillful or as fast as Shane Singleton. Probably a bit stronger, a little bit more battle hardened. But he's not as strong or as tough as Denton Vassell. And nowhere near as skilled as him, so, he's nothing we haven't seen before. He looks awkward, he looks tough, he looks strong, but he's nothing that Sam hasn't gone in with before and beaten. So he's trained well, done the weight well. He's just ready to fight, and I'm expecting a good boxing performance with this one. A little bit like the Denton Vassell performance where he boxed a bit and mixed it with some fighting. I'm expecting the same kind of thing, and I think Sam's going to show you a few more little things that you haven't seen before, like he's done every fight.
You never usually watch your opponents. We've had this conversation before. I think we have, haven't we? You don't usually watch your opponents. You leave it to
John. Everyone looks brilliant on the internet, so John watches it.
It's usually the highlights reel.
Yeah, they only put the best stuff up, don't they?
They do. I think they do.
John watches it, tells me what works and what won't work, and up to now, John telling him what to do has worked out. So we'll leave it for that for now. So.
There was a little talk a few weeks ago of Sam possibly fighting Chris Van Heerden as he wasn't fighting Frankie Gavin. Was that ever the case? Was that fight?
It was never mentioned, but he was just like, well, get a safe port to spar and that'll be no problem. So he was never mentioned, but fair play, Chris went on Twitter and actually says, I'm way above like boxing somebody that might cause an upset and dropping me right back down. He says it's a pointless fight for me, which you can understand. But if he'd have been desperate for a fight, I don't think you'd have had. I know what his answer would have been. I'll stop him. That's what he says to all of them. Yeah, I'll stop him. So that's what the answer would have been.
What did you think about that?
I'd have fought him. It'd have been a tough fight, obviously. It's fought at a good level, but I'd have fought him. I'd have relished a chance at fighting him. So it is what it is. It didn't come off. So
Lamptey for the Commonwealth it is, and yeah.
That's a step forward. He will. Eddie says it, but he'll fight who they ask him to fight basically, and especially if it means something, he's jumping at it. He hasn't been asked once and says no, do you know what I mean? He's fought who they put in front of him and done the job. Singleton was a tough fight, considering this was coming up. That was the only bit of pressure he had. He didn't want to mess up Birmingham by doing something else, but he took it and done the job there, so he's done his job every time we've asked him.
Improving all the time. Alright, well listen, Sam, John, thanks for talking to IFL TV. John, as I say, you're looking great lately.
Not as good as you. I want to know what the secret is.
I'll whisper it to you off camera. Thank you very much.
Cheers.